This is the misogynoir that exists in our society. Like as a country, as a culture, as a society, want women to have children, but at every conceivable turn, make it hard on them. If you want things to get better, it got to start with the least protected groups of people.
Right now. Is your what? How many times have you been pregnant? 3. This is your 3rd pregnancy? Yes. You have 2 babies at home? It's in my ass. You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the Black ones?
Beverly, this is the first patient for you. Last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due date
You
is the
said it
10th.
was the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home. I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors. Everybody say how they treat people here.
I'm not let me say this. There are a few things that I want to discuss about this video. I mean, there's so many layers to this. The first thing I want to say is congratulations to her for having that baby. I mean, that she had a baby. There's that we first got to address. She pushed the baby out of her vagina. Crazy. That always blows my fucking mind as a man. Secondly, this is the misogynoir that exists in our society, the disdain of Black women specifically. America is not kind to mothers at all. America is not kind to mothers, white, Black, whatever, right? But America has a specific approach when it comes to Black mothers giving birth. It has been proven medically over and over and over and over again. They have an acute hatred for Black mothers. It's palpable. You can taste it. We often reference Serena Williams almost dying after she had given birth. She damn near bled to death because the doctor didn't believe her. I'm sorry, that video was a lot, but there's an acute hatred of Black women, of Black mothers specifically. And I see it on so many levels, right? Even talking to Black men about it, looking at, and then coming across stuff like this. I don't know. I don't know where to go from here. You can have your children at home if you can afford it. Most people can't really suggest that. The only real answer is to tear down the whole system and build it from the ground up for that to not happen again, for this to stop happening en masse. I mean, I'll do the whole nobody's perfect, blah, 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 blah. Stuff can still happen, but this type of shit right here is unacceptable. And the lady in the video that was recording literally said, once you found out you were delivering at this hospital, you shouldn't have came here. which was a fucked up thing to say in that moment. I get her emotions also were heightened, and she was, you know what I'm saying? She was just frustrated, and I think she wanted to just get that out. But listening to what she said, just that in and of itself said a lot. It really did. It said a lot about that hospital, in particular. You know, that they're known for being terrible. When it comes to deliveries, and the care of mothers in delivery. I don't even I don't understand. I don't understand that. I don't. I will never understand how we, like, as a country, as a culture, as a society, want women to have children, but at every conceivable turn, make it hard on them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that. But and that's why I was saying, when it comes to black women specifically, they really don't want black women having many children. They do want black people to have kids because they want our labor. They still want our labor. They still want us to go to prison. They still want us to, we serve as black bodies in their militaries. They definitely, like I said, we serve as black criminals in their justice system. Um, we fill up the prisons, you know. Um, if we go, then they're gonna have to start over policing white people, which they would. That's the thing. I think white people understand that, even if they don't say it out loud. I think they understand that. Like, if black people were to go, do you think the military and the police, industrial complex would, like, cease to exist? Like, they would just start over policing white people. They would just start over policing white people. Happens all the time. So yeah, they need us for that. They need us so that they can keep blaming us for everything. They need us as scapegoats. Um, so they want, black bodies, but they don't care about black mothers. They don't care about black mothers. And they prove that at every conceivable turn. Um, the second thing that I gotta mention about is this is a prime example of why I tell, like, okay, so when men try to be on some, like, oh, men have to sacrifice their lives, we're gonna have to lay down our lives at some point in time, and da 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 da, da, or who's the protectors, and I'm like, well, it's only women. Only women are required at some, or expected at some point in time to put their life at risk, in a relationship. This is exactly, I mean, if you don't know, because a lot of y'all done had kids and shit like that, but a lot of y'all wasn't in the emergency room. A lot of y'all wasn't with y'all women when she was giving birth. And a lot of y'all don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. But when I watch stuff like that, that is the reason why I will never listen to a man talk about how he has to risk his life for a woman. You will never go through anything like that, sir. You won't. You will never go through anything like that, and you will never completely understand. The best you can do is attempt to empathize. Best you can do is sympathize. The best you can do is protect. You're not risking your life. Nobody expects you to risk your life as a man. It's not expected in a relationship. If you are in a relationship and you find yourself having to put your life on the line for your family, just know you're in rare company. That's not most men. I'm talking about if like, it's you. The only thing stopping your family from being killed is you. That is one in a million. Like, literally, I'm not playing. That's one in a million. It's so rare. It's so rare. Giving birth is not. And that shit right there was but a glimpse of what women go through, but specifically what black women go through. You talking about you risking your life, no. And then men will undermine and not recognize the risk. I've literally heard black men specifically talk about childbirth as if it's like well, that's her choice, that's her problem. And I'm like, what? These doctors hate these women. These doctors, this medical institution, they do not like black women. And the bias is implicit. I'm not going to even say that it is like bubbling on the surface. I'm not even going to say that they go home and they go, you know, like they think negative thoughts about black women. And like, I don't even think that that's the case. But because how, when they study like racism in medicine, the vast majority of it shows up as implicit bias. It's not something that they even know is going on. It's not an excuse because it's impact over intent. But it's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like the people are like, I hate black women. Like it's not like that. It's like you just see it show up and shit like, get this woman a fucking bed. Why did it take you 45? Why did it take you 30 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Get this woman a bed. She was screaming at the top of her lungs. I was in the waiting room. We were there, me and my wife, we were in the waiting room. Nobody was screaming. My wife was in labor when we were in the waiting room. We had to wait like 30 minutes. My wife was not screaming at all. She had contractions. That woman was having like, how do you not know? You know what I mean? Like if you're in the, the ward that, delivery ward or whatever you want to say, how do you not know as a nurse that woman was in full blown fucking labor? You don't see that all the time. Stop it. Women ain't running through there. Oh, they're not doing that. And they gonna go, you gonna give them a bed and they gonna be in there for fucking 45 hours and shit. That ain't about to happen. Somebody screaming like that, get them in there and get them a fucking bed. Her mind, the implicit bias crept in. Oh, that she just overreacting. Black women can take more pain than everybody else, blah, 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 whatever it was. And that's what happened right there. The lack of concern was concerning from a medical professional. That we don't even, there's nothing we can even say about that. That was one of the most disturbing videos I've ever seen. I'm not gassing it at all. That was crazy. That was disgusting. I'm at a loss for words. I'm this, and I have almost no expectations of these facilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially again, when it comes to helping black women out, especially black mothers. Again, like I don't, and I'm still disappointed. And I don't know what the fuck is gonna take for us to wake up as a country and as a culture to realize this shit. I don't. And if you want things to get better, it gotta start with the least protected groups of people. If you want shit to get better, it has to start with the least protected groups of people. And it would appear to me that overwhelmingly black women are the least protected group of people in the world, but specifically in this country, and black mothers specifically. Like I've heard horror stories, but that right there, that was it. She knew she was getting recorded. She didn't give a fuck. I bet you she ain't on administrative leave or nothing. That was crazy. Yeah, man. The whole system got to go. There's nothing there. We can't salvage it. It's broken. It's not broken. It's working just fine. It's working the way they want it to work. That's why we got to get rid of it. If it was broken, we can fix it. It's not broken. It's actually working the way it's intended to work. At its core, that's what it's built. That's what it's built on. That's what it's founded on. So we got to get rid of it.